going to start working with Zapier. So if you don't already have a Zapier account, you are going to need to go set one up. And right now I've got the pricing page set up, and I can explain just briefly what you're going to need to do. At the minimum, you're going to need to be working with the professional plan, which means you are going to have a fee. I've got the annual fee set up here. It's basically $20 a month, so you pay $240 roughly up front to be able to do this. The reason you have to have professional is it has the unlimited premium apps. QuickBooks Online is a premium app, so if you want to automate your bookkeeping into QuickBooks Online, you have to have this option at the very minimum. It does have different price points. That's the basic. It does have different price points once you increase the number of zaps that you're using. In my case, I'm still using the professional version, although I have quite a few zaps. I think I'm up to almost a couple thousand a month. So, but you can just kind of prorate or increase or upgrade your pricing in this tier, this professional tier, and not have to go to your team tier. But you can see some of the other options there. You are going to need to have this in order to test your QuickBooks Online automations. All right, so one of the challenges that we wanted to do today is figure out how to reduce the number of zaps that you have, or the task. We'll task or zaps. So we're going to try and reduce the number of zaps we have to see if we can create 2 zaps that can handle the majority of our most simple vendor transactions. So for each vendor that has one single line item expense or bill item, so if it's a mail or postage or supplies, things like that, if they always go to the same thing, we might be able to simplify the automation. That's what we're attempting to do today. All right, so that's the first step. We need to get into Zapier. We need to get that started. And then from there, we're going to create a zap. So let's get a little bit familiar here with what we're seeing here. This is the main screen. You can see you have a create button. You're going to see some different options under here: tables, interfaces, canvas, chatbots, agents. Don't worry about any of that. You're not going to use any of that, most likely. You're also going to see app connections. I'm going to click on that. Since you have the premium apps, you're going to see all the different applications that I have set up for my account. You also see Zap history, so you can see how well Zaps have performed in the last few days. So it's a good way to kind of keep track. We'll talk about that at the end of our video. So what we want to do is we just want to create a Zap. Create a Zap. All right, so this is the screen that you're going to see. And remember, in our first step, we created a rule in Outlook to push things to a test account. So another premium application is going to be Outlook. All right, and so I happen to have Outlook already connected. If you don't have Outlook connected, you're going to get a little bit of a different screen here, and you're going to have to set up your account. So this application is Outlook. Your trigger event is to, let's see, new, and let's see, we got new messaging folder. That's gonna probably be what we want in this case, because we're actually asking it to look at any new messages in the folder. So we're not specifying what vendor it is. We're actually just saying, hey, when we get a new message, I want you to do this. So I'm gonna click new messaging folder and my account. So I'm gonna go out, find my account, and I'm going to hit continue. And then it's going to say, so now it's connected. It's connected to my account. So if you haven't connected before, there'll be a few steps in there to get it connected. Like you have to approve use of Zapier in your Microsoft 365 account if that's what you're using. So you're going to have to give it some authorizations. It's pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be a challenge at all. But once you're connected, it now can see inside of your Outlook and see the structure of it. So you need a parent folder is next, and I'm looking for my Eccentric Solutions folder, and there it is down at the bottom. And then that's my parent folder. And so then my child folder is the test one that we created. And there it is, okay? I'm gonna hit continue. And I'm gonna test my trigger. So it's gonna look to see what new emails are out there. It sees 2, which it should. Let's look at the first one and see if we can figure out which one that is. There it is, subject Perware order confirmation. That's the first one. And then the other one should be Vimeo. And your plus plan receipt, that is from Vimeo. So those are both in there. So that's great. So I'm just gonna select one, doesn't really matter which one. And I'm gonna click on that and I'm gonna continue with the selected record. All right, so now it says that was the trigger. So it was looking for any new messages in our test folder in Outlook. And now it says, what are we gonna do with that? Well, we're gonna introduce another tool called Airparser. And we're gonna say, extract data from a document, okay? All right, so I have my Airparser account set up, but let's take a look at Airparser in a little bit more detail.